everyone, welcome back to my channel. And here I use tarot and sometimes astrology to help empower sensitive people and channel messages from the spiritual realm. If this message found you, then there's probably something that you need to hear right now in this message. So my message to you today from the spiritual realm has to do with the burnout / feeling overwhelmed that you are currently overcoming, or you're currently really, stuck into. You just feel like you're stuck into this Nine of Wands. Is this energy of feeling overwhelmed, overworked, having way too much on your plate for way too long. There's almost a sense of isolation as well, of dread or feeling lonely, of feeling like nobody else is going through the same thing, nobody understands you, nobody is around you is actually feeling that way when it comes to the tasks at hand. What I'm hearing right now is that you may be somebody who is looking around and seeing that everybody else is doing so well with their life except you. Or you're starting to realize that you're part of the group of society that is a little bit more affected from everything that's going on around the world and in your day-to-day than everybody else. And seemingly, you may feel like you're at a disadvantage. You may feel like something is wrong with you, or that you have reached a limit that other people around you have not yet reached. So that makes you somehow less than those people, because they're able to withstand more than yourself. However, what I'm here to clarify for you is that this point that you have reached, it may have or not a clinical definition, but I will use the word burnout to describe it. It's this point of burnout, of feeling like you're just too overwhelmed to handle life, like everything is just way too much, is coming to an end. You are going to be stepping into an era of your life where the exact opposite is true. We have the Empress and the Sun coming up as the next cards, present and future. The Empress is somebody who is bright and full of ideas, somebody who is full of creativity and stepping fully into her mode of creation, of doing what she's passionate for, of taking care of things. This can mean that you are starting a new hobby. It can have everything to do with gardening, with plants, with doing things, taking care of pets, taking care of other animals, doing something that really fuels your soul as a person, like as a human being. That is not to do with a job. It doesn't have to do with any sort of achievement or accomplishment. It entirely has to do with your sense of feeling good. Like just feeling good in your day, just savoring life, having fun, being present, enjoying life, just feeling like you're alive, okay? So what I'm hearing here is that your aliveness is coming back. This sense of dread, this sense of feeling like you just cannot anymore, like you cannot breathe, like there's just too much going on, is finally going to be gone, disappear. You're stepping into this era where you're able to enjoy life again, where you're able to savor like the food that you're eating, have a nice drink and enjoy it, look at a sunset, feel like you can breathe, feel like you're finally able to be yourself, to shine as bright as you can. We have the Fool, and this has everything to do with starting a new journey, starting something new, and beginning a journey of having a new path ahead. Okay, you're doing something a little bit unconventional with the Fool here and the Temperance, which has to do with the fact that you're trying to find balance in your life. You know, a lot of people, they do not really seek balance. They do not really try to find an alternative way. People are really satisfied and happy with just doing their 9 to 5, doing everything that they have to do in a day, and endless to-do lists. maybe they're not satisfied, but at least they're able to withstand it. And you're not one of those people. You cannot withstand endless to-do lists, 5 jobs, and also taking care of kids and all of that. So you need to have something that is different. You need to have a life that is different from other people. And this is the journey that you're beginning right now. This can have to do with quitting a job. It can have to do with switching careers. It can have to do with starting a new hobby that makes you feel a little bit better, like I said before, like gardening or something that involves being in nature, just so you feel a little bit lighter and like the burden is taken off of you, okay? Let's get more specific here. What is this journey that my collective is starting specifically? Because this can be a lot of things. You can be starting a new job, you can be starting a new hobby. I want to get more specific. What is it that my collective is really starting right now? What is it that they need to hear? We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. This has to do with an idea that you've had of something that you need to do. Oh my God, and the Justice. And the 5 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. This can have to do with an idea that you have had for a while of something that you want to do. And it can have to do with satisfaction. So you don't feel satisfied in your life with all of the things that are going on, whether it is your job or in your personal life. And you need to feel satisfied. You need to feel like the energy that you're putting out is actually being returned to you, and you're actually doing something for a reason. Because what I'm getting with this energy reading is that you not only feel burdened by all of the things that you need to do in your day-to-day, but there is also the sense of hollowness, the sense of feeling empty, of feeling alone, of feeling somehow unfulfilled. And so this is really taking you and forcing you to start a new way of living that is unconventional and not like everybody else. And this can have to do with the fact that you're disappointed with where your life is right now. Maybe you have always known that you will be disappointed and that this style of living is not for you. The style of living I'm referring to is the style of living that most people do, which is wake up, do their morning routine, go to work, come back, make dinner, go to sleep, start all over again, okay? And with a little bit of days off, holidays, where you're able to go work out, hang out with friends, etc., but not much, right? This is the style of living that you reject and you feel burdened by, and you feel like it's not for you, it is not aligned for you. And maybe you have always known this deep down, but now it's coming to a point where you're really disappointed because you see that you are in this cycle and you cannot understand how you got here. But this is necessary because you are now realizing that if you don't do something about it, everything is going to lead you towards having this lifestyle. Everything that you do, unless you purposefully counteract the way that society is built to take from you and make you almost like somebody who's constantly working without a break, if you know what I mean, and you know, is not really that well paid or recompensated for that. I don't want to use the word, but you know what I mean. Society has built in structures in order to make you like this. So if you don't purposefully do something about it, you will end up in this situation, which is very disappointing, double disappointing, because first you're already disappointed because you know that this is not the lifestyle for you, but then you also are now realizing that you are in the situation. But I'm telling you that the reason you are in this situation is because you haven't done anything to counteract it in order to do something else purposefully, so you don't have to end up being in this reality of the 9 to 5, constantly working, constantly being full of responsibilities, right? So this is the point at which you're realizing that there is something that needs to be done. You need to do something. I'm hearing maybe you could try having a plan in order to part-time. So you are going to cut your hours of working in order to have more free time so you can do other things, or save for a couple of months, quit your job. All of these are possibilities in order to free up some space. So there is the need to open up a space here, to make a little bubble for you to be able to function for a while in this fashion that you're used to and that you want to be living in, so you can amplify that life. You first need to create a little bubble, a small amount of time in which you're able to do exactly in the routine that you want to or feel good at in doing. So you can work your way into amplifying that, into being your life and turning it into your actual lifestyle, okay? With the Nine of Cups here, this tells me the same thing. You're satisfied, you're full of whatever is going on. There is no more emotional fulfillment that you can squeeze out of this situation that you're in. There's something that needs to change. You need to start this new journey, embrace this new lifestyle that you're trying to build in order to feel more fulfilled, because you have reached the full capacity here. There is nothing else that you are learning in the situation that you're in right now. Let's see any more messages from my collective about the situation that they're in. Spirit. Yes, we have the Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, the Six of Swords, clearly you need to leave something behind. Clearly there needs to be somebody, some thought patterns, some way of executing things that is left behind. But you are going to and towards a better place. And with the Two of Pentacles, we have this more balanced way of living, this more being able to handle everything. So at the beginning, we have the Nine of Wands, which is like so overwhelmed, so energetically drained. With the Two of Pentacles here, you're giving a financial opportunity. Once you leave behind what schedules don't serve you and people that you don't resonate with in their lifestyle, that are making you feel burdened, you're entering into the Two of Pentacles, which is the most balanced financial situation that you could possibly be in. It's this situation where you're giving and you're receiving the same amount. And even if you're not receiving as much as you used to, at least you're not feeling drained. At least you're not feeling like you want to yourself, like you just don't want to be here and you don't want to keep doing this, right? You're entering into this era of being able to have the space and the courage to ask for this space, right? Because when you have everybody around you stuck in this routine, you may feel a lot of guilt associated to leaving or refusing to live by those rules, right? You are entering into an era where you're able to be an advocate for yourself. You're able to advocate for what you want in terms of financial opportunity and execute things in the more humane way, in the more according to your needs way, even if that means that you're receiving less for it. So unfortunately, I have to tell you that even though in the first moments of your new life, you will not be making as much as you are right now, this is something necessary, okay? You are going to be able to amplify your riches, just like your, so picture again this bubble, like you are creating this bubble where you're living your life according to how you want to and amplifying and making it bigger. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in the World, which is huge fortune, a lot of money, wealth, generational wealth, and the World, which is completion, fulfillment, finally being able to deliver, to have the life that you want, that you've been wanting, the completion of a cycle, okay? So this is clearly showing me that by you rejecting this old life that does not serve you. This can again have to do with the 9-to-5 structure, with the structure of society when it comes to it can specifically be related to the 9-to-5, but it can also have to do with, for example, marriage, like leaving behind this more conventional way of doing things that doesn't resonate with you, and making it your life goal to live truthfully to yourself is what is bringing here this 10 of Pentacles, this huge amount of money, this ability to create generational wealth and completion of the cycle that you're in. So this is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed this message. I hope it resonated, and I will see you on the next video.